Monday Night Football, baby. We're here.
There's only one other good play on Minnesota.
Touchdown in 46 seconds. Punches back. Touchdown.
Oh, if you didn't know, it's the Thursday Night Football Print Factory Show on the Run Pure Sports YouTube channel. I am JSU, along with the BIGT himself, Mr. Big T, and his pen, of course. And we were just talking before we got on live, and Tony was just telling me how much he loves this Showdown slate tonight, how he feels very strongly about this game. And there's a massive edge, but I don't want to break the edge news, so I'll just let Tony kind of like break that when he wants to. But Big T, you ready to roll, man? We're talking Bills and Texans.
Yeah, I mean, two exciting showdown teams here with 4 million receivers and a quarterback that gets 70 points without any of his pass catchers getting any points somehow. It was like a magic show last week. The dude had the most points ever with no one else getting points with him. I still haven't figured out how he did it. Just looking at the numbers, I haven't figured it out. Doesn't make sense mathematically, but and also my question, how many accounts do you think Binair has? He has a different account every single day when he types in here. Like, how many accounts can you have?
And he still has no fucking logo either. Like,
on any of them, on all 9 of them.
Come on, Binair. Let's get better. All right. If you're gonna have all these accounts, have like different logos. You know, one should be like Cam Scattaboo drinking out of his shoe cleat. Like one should be, one should be Danny Dimes for the old times. You know, respect. One should be the new time Jackson Dart. Cat can be one because you for some reason love yourself some fucking cat. Yeah, I mean, Tony, I think that's how he should be doing.
Logos are rallying on us here. They're rallying in the account. Redmond, what's wrong with no logos? Added numbers, no logo is cool. I mean, rallying.
Redmond can say that when you're winning when you're double shipping Showdown the same lineup and shipping like 30K twice. You can say that whenever you want, Redmond. But yeah, everyone else get a fucking logo. I mean, come on. Don't be even I have
a hero Redmond was too. Just pop that team in there twice when you know it's the nuts.
Yeah, he's like, yeah, I made a mistake and duped myself, but it worked out. And I was like, what a great mistake to make. What a night to make that mistake. Like, that's awesome. So yeah, that was friggin' awesome. I did see some other teams. Tony, I hate to break it to you, but our short, small statured, great receiver Trey Tucker got it done for us. Got it done.
Oh man, that 4 for 44. I mean, he was awesome. 4 for 44. He broke a tackle to get in the box.
Got us. Hey, listen, they don't ask how we got there when I cash my touchdown tickets. They just ask, "Thank you, sir. I won. Appreciate it." He was on the winner too, by the way.
Because the game was terrible again.
Okay, you want to say it, that's fine, but you said I can't play the little guy or whatever.
He was terrible. He didn't do anything. You can victory lap it all you want. He was on the winner. I'll say that. He was on the winner.
How about George Pickens? Because I told everyone, I said, we're going to
pair up George Pickens. I'll accept that. I'll accept that call.
We're going to pair Trey Tucker. If you guys don't remember, I will pull the clip. I promise you I'll pull this clip because I got it. We paired Trey Tucker with George Pickens. It was plus 675 anytime touchdowns. We pair them together. Bang. We're going to slam them in our lineups. Boom.
Yeah, you can have that for sure. You called that. You were all over it for sure. I give you the victory lap on this.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Even funnier than Trey Tucker was that dude. Who was the dude I talked up? He had one catch and it was a touchdown.
Oh, Flournoy.
He had one catch for like 2 yards or something and a touchdown.
It was literally just like an end zone like touchdown.
I didn't even know it was him when
so
he got
funny.
it. I'm like, is that Flournoy? It was just so stupid.
I knew it was him because I can tell like the difference between Turpin, Pickens, and CeeDee Lamb just like standing. And I was like, nope, it's not one of those
None
three.
of those three.
It has to be fucking Flournoy. It was or whatever. So I'll give you that. You did call
I
him.
got smoked anyway.
Again, he was too expensive to hit the winner.
Yeah,
Still with
not
that
even close.
touchdown.
Yeah, not even close to the winner.
Yeah. Yeah, that was funny. And then after our whole like bit thing with Jaden Blue and everything, and then he's inactive again. That was funny. I'll give you that one. That was funny. But yeah, no.
Lepke was somehow the optimal. That's right. This dude said it. Lepke. He what was his stat line?
He had like 6 fantasy points, I think, something like that. That's why I didn't play him, unfortunately. So. I had all the other guys. It was
a winner, I think, because JBC had it, Redmond had it. It was another winner that just made sense. Quarterback with 2 receivers the other way. I don't remember the other way, but it made a lot of sense.
It was like Pickens cap with what was it? Dak, Trey Tucker, and Lupke, and I'm blanking on the other 2 spots, but it was definitely those 4 in there. How funny was it that I thought this was funny, at least, how CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, they're out all night the night before, and then the coach is like, punishment, you guys missed the first drive, okay?
I still don't understand what that does when coaches do it.
Yeah.
You're only hurting the whole team.
Yeah. And then they come out there and they're like, shit, you know what? I want him to sit them for every first drive. Because if George Pickens is going to play like that when he gets sat for the first drive, Tony, I want that George Pickens.
I love Pickens. Pickens is just a beast. I mean, just a beast.
Yeah. Yeah. And think about it, Tony. That's after a night of God knows what they were doing, partying or drinking, gambling, whatever they were doing in Vegas.
Always doing that shit anyway.
I mean, CeeDee Lamb too. CeeDee Lamb was definitely doing that shit. So
you just take what comes with it. There's no reason to suspend them. They're grown men. Just whatever. Let them do what you do.
Yeah, I mean, who gives a shit? All those old NBA guys, they used to. I heard someone talk. Who was it? Kenyon Martin talking about. He's like, these young guys now, they don't get it. Like they're not seasoned. Like
hey, you need more weed and more alcohol.
Yeah, he's like, we used to go do that, and then we'd have 3 hours of sleep, wake up, and go to work. Like, it's just like, yeah, that's different for sure. But all right, Tony, we get to talk Bills and Texans for this game here. It's a 5.5 point spread. It's like a 43.5 total, I think, here. I forget what your take was yesterday on the Print Factory because we just quickly touched on this game here. But, talk about that real quick. Who do you like in the game? Are you betting a side? Do you like the total at all? What are you doing?
Yeah, I think I picked Buffalo on the Print Factory. I don't know. Like, I feel like you beat Buffalo with the ground game, running at them. Kind of like, even though Tampa didn't win last week, running at them with your good call last week, running at them. And I just don't think Houston can do it. I just don't think they're built that way. So I like Buffalo, but I also think Buffalo matches up tough with Houston's defense. I don't think either team's going to – I think we're in for another doozy. I'm going to be honest. It's a Thursday night. I think we're in for a field goal and defenses, punts and kickers tonight, JSU. Let's lean into it.
Yeah, because we were talking before, and I was like, man, this slate's going to come down to, I feel like, which shitty receiver is the right shitty receiver that we got to get right. It's like, but maybe we fade some of the teams where people are jamming these pass catchers and hope only like 1 or 2 max get there, and we just jam more of the other positions, the non-pass catcher positions, because like you said, it's a tough spot all around. Both the Bills and Texans, actually, from a fantasy standpoint too, have been pretty good against receivers. Both in the bottom, I think 10 in fantasy points given up to the receiver position. They're both good against tight ends. And I could see how this could be a tough game from a passing standpoint here. And like you said, are the Texans equipped to, pound the rock against this Bills team? Because I agree with you. I think that's how you got to beat the Bills. I honestly think that's why the Chiefs couldn't beat or didn't beat the Bills. Like, the Chiefs don't have a great ground game. It kind of makes sense why they would struggle against a team like the Bills in a way, because I think you need to have a successful ground game. That's what you saw Tampa kind of lean on, and they found it. Now, it was still not enough because, like you said, Josh Allen put the Superman cape on and was friggin' just doing everything by himself pretty much. But yeah, I do think it's an interesting way to go, kind of leaning really much into it. That's right, Corey Holt. If you looked at the 3 max core, someone said there was no George Pickens captain. I post 2 to 3 captains depending on the slate in the 3 max core, and you'll see under it's the rules. George Pickens was one of those captains. We had him in there. That's right, Corey Holt. Hopefully some people looked at the 3 max. If you're not looking at the 3 max, though, you should. If you're a Rump Your Sports member, check it out. I do the 3 max for the main Showdown slates and obviously the main slate. Tony does a full player pool where he posts all of his exposures, his rules for Showdown, right, Tony? So, if you want Josh Allen captain and you want 2+ pass catchers on all your teams, you're going to post that in there. If you want max 2 pass catchers, you're going to write that under your pool, and your pool also kind of shows out who you're playing at captain, what the exposure is for the flex and all that stuff. So, I mean, talk about it a little bit just because, some people might not be members. They've never seen it before. That's kind of your Showdown thing, is your player pool. People love it.
Yeah, and I try to do it where obviously if people look at the content, they'll know exactly kind of my path. Most of the slates too, I'll write up like a breakdown where I go in depth and put some of my bets in there too and stuff like that. But basically what I wanted to do is just, if you look at the content, you should be able to build similar teams to me. You should know where I'm at, especially when you watch our show too. When you watch the show, look at the rules. Obviously, people aren't going to follow it exactly. People won't agree with everything. So you should take stuff that I do, take stuff off the 3 max, take stuff off the playbook from Rubio. That's what's great about Rump Here. You can look at the tags from JBC, Wiley, AP. I don't know. Everybody's got some sort of content up there with. And that's how I would use it. That's how I use other sports. That's how I look at all of it. Watch the show, look at it all, and then form your own opinions based off everything you see.
Even you were saying, and this is a sport that you play, but like NBA, you're like, I'll still look at who you core and who other people are tagging and what the popular plays are, and just kind of see, where you guys are going. And maybe, you click an idea or you see a play and you're like, oh, I didn't think of that play. Let me look at that player. And
happens every freaking day. Every single day it does. I put my team in and then I'll look at everybody's cores, and maybe there's a guy that's in 2 or 3 cores that I didn't consider as much as I should have or something. Then I'm like, oh, does he fit in my team? Maybe he doesn't fit in my team that day, but at least I look at it. It gives me another thought, and throw it all in there. Throw it all in the bowl and see what you got. See what it comes out with.
That's right. Love that. Viability style. He wants to know how to sign up. It's really easy too, by the way. If you want to try it out, all you got to do is literally go to rumpyoursports.com, check out the packages, look at the package that you want. Rump Your Premium package gets you every sport. If you're just into football, though, we have single sport packages for just NFL. We've got college football single sport packages, NBA. But if you want all the sports, then the Rump Your Premium package is the best. And if you shoot Big T a DM on Twitter at Big T44DFS, he'll give you a little promo code for signing up for the first time. So you get a little extra promo code. So if you're going to sign up, shoot him a message. He'll hook you up with a little promo code, and we'll get you in. But, oh, you were just setting me up. My bad. There you go. He setting me up, Tony. He threw me for a fake here. I didn't catch it. Should have caught it.
He can't ever throw one of those at JSU. He's always going to answer you. It's
definitely not. Yeah,
I'm Ron Burgundy.
yeah, Ron Burgundy. Just
Good
go
night,
with that,
San
Tony.
Diego.
You should go with that one day. You should just go with it, and I'll totally play into it. Like, I'll just play into it, like exactly what you said.
You
Just
won't even
like,
know you're playing into it.
exactly. I'll play into it naturally. That's what makes this show good, though. I feel like people love it
Yeah.
because I'm just gonna naturally do what I do, no matter what. So Tony could
Oh yeah.
lean into any character or anything, and I'm just gonna keep going. Just natural. It's all natural here. All right. Captain exposure, Tony. Got SaberSim up here. Let's look at the captains here, see what's going on. It's one of those slates. You know, the studs are going to dominate. You got Josh Allen at the top. He's going to be massively owned, and I totally understand the reasoning behind it. James Cook coming in just below him at 12%. Not a great matchup for James Cook either. A tougher spot against Houston, but he's James Cook. He can definitely, always still get it done. Then you got Nico Collins at 10%, Woody Marks, Khalil Shakir at 9%. I mean, Davis Mills at 5%. What are you doing in terms of this captain? Because I feel this is a slate where you might just tell people, and I don't know this for a fact, but maybe just slam one or two captains. Is it one of those slates, Tony, where you're not trying to diversify as much at the captain?
I mean, I just don't see how you can play too many guys at captain. I wish I liked more, but there's just so many guys in this game that there's no way I could use as a captain. You start on the Houston side, obviously you could do Nico. I mean, Nico is always, you can always play the number one stud receiver. But the rest of Houston, there's no way I'm playing Davis Mills captain. There's no way I'm playing Woody Marks. Obviously not Dalton Schultz. Our kicker, though, we're back to the kicker where Fairbairn, what he had, 18 and 15 or something his last two games he played. What was he at? Was he out for a week or two too? I was trying to look at it.
Who are you talking about?
Fairbairn.
Yeah, he was out with like a quad injury.
How many weeks? So he played week 9. So he missed week 10 and 11. He missed 2 weeks, but he had so in the weeks he's played, though, he's had an 18, a 14, a 18, a 10, and a 4, 2 18s and 2 14s in the 8 weeks he's played. So he is definitely in my player pool for Showdown. And I don't think I can get to like the Texans defense or Jaden Higgins. Jaden Higgins could be in play for me. Just his price point is good enough down there. So that's 3 captains for Houston. And then the Buffalo side, I really think it's just Josh Allen. I don't really want to play James Cook against this defense and the captain. I'm definitely not playing Tupac. Prater, I mean, you could go to Prater, I guess, but I don't like him as much as Fairbairn. Yeah, I think it's Josh Allen from Buffalo and the mega chalk. I mean, he's going to be 40% owned captain tonight or something. Like if you run the numbers, he's just going to hit everything. And honestly, it makes sense. Like there's not really a reason to pivot off that. There's a million cheap receivers. It's just in the tournament, like we always talk about, it's $20 or whatever you're in. One way to get different is just not play him in the captain and hope that it's low scoring, which I think it will be low scoring. If Buffalo doesn't score a bunch of touchdowns, like Josh Allen, he's not going to score 40 points. What if he gets 18 points? Like, you're in great shape not playing him in the captain.
He could definitely get I mean, what do we say about Josh Allen all the time, Tony? What does he need to have that big score? He needs to be pushed, right?
Yeah.
That always, right? Always. Because what does Buffalo do when they get up with a lead, Tony? They just lean on the run. So if they get up, with the receivers that they have, and don't forget, no Dalton Kincaid in this game. Curtis Samuel is out. Miko Hardman, who they just signed recently, not playing a ton, but just signed recently, he's also out. And now it looks like Keon Coleman again is going to miss. The same guy that posted that information. I think his name on Twitter was Cover One. I think he was the first guy that posted it last week. He posted again that he's going to miss. I don't think that's officially confirmed, but it feels like it is if it's not. So it looks like he's going to be out, Tony, and they're already thin at receiver. So if Buffalo gets a lead, I don't think Josh Allen's going to be trying to sling the ball around. And I don't think he's going to just be running all over the field either. You know what I mean? They're going to kind of sit on that lead a little bit. And it kind of makes sense. That's what they do. But if if Houston can get up, that's how Josh Allen can fully, smash and be like the obvious captain winners if somehow Houston got up early, if this game were to go over the total. So I think this is the way I look at it. If you like the over in this game, Tony, like at all, I would just slam Josh Allen captain. If you think the under is the play, then I would still play some Josh Allen, but I probably wouldn't slam Josh Allen in the captain, like meaning on every single team. And so I got to find other captains in my pool. You talked about one of them, Fairbairn, the kicker. I think this is a great kicker slate. I feel like this game goes under too. So in the under, I kind of like the kickers even more. Could see these teams like dying out, move the football a little bit, but when they get into the red zone, kind of dying out. And then we see a lot of kicking. So I do like Fairbairn as one of my other options at captain. And then you poo-pooed him, but Woody Marks has like completely taken over the role at running back. I forget how many exact snaps they had, but snaps inside the 20 the last 2 weeks. There's been like
poo-pooed him captain for the record.
Yeah, you poo-pooed him captain. There's been like over 30 snaps inside the 20 for the Houston Texans in the last 2 weeks. Guess how many snaps Nick Chubb has played inside the 20 the last 2 weeks?
Zero
Snaps inside the 20. They've completely went away from Nick Chubb. And you would think if you have Nick Chubb, where you would run him is kind of inside the 20. So the fact that Woody has taken over all that, it does seem like they fully have shifted to Woody Marks. The only thing that concerns me a little bit is the short turnaround week where we know that running backs in the backups get used maybe a little bit more, but it does feel like Tony he's fully taken over that role as lead RB. So I want to leave some in my pool, even though I don't think it'll be as easy to run on this team as Tampa made it look. I still think that that's the way they win this game. And that's the way, if they're ahead, I think that's how. I think he's smashing if they're ahead in this game at any point. So those are the captains that I like. What about like the cheap captains? You brought up Jaden Higgins. I don't love him in the captain, but I kind of get it because he looks like he's, kind of on the uptick, and I do like him as a prospect. I see the chat saying Terrell Shavers in the captain. Like, can you get to any of these Buffalo guys in the captain?
I mean, there's just literally no way I'm playing. And one of the reasons I like kicker captain and why we won the just millions of dollars that night on the kicker captain, we haven't really talked about it a bunch, is it gets you off of these guys. It gets you off deciding. And like you said, one of these guys probably will end up optimal. They probably will. It's just law of averages. But the other side of that law of averages is like 10 of these guys are going to bust. And by doing it the other route, you have a higher floor. And when the game finishes 17-6 or something, you're just going to print. Like, I haven't been more certain of a kicker captain all season. Like, it just feels kicker captain tonight. One thing there's no chance I'm doing, though, is Buffalo cheap. Any pass catcher from Buffalo. I won't even say just cheap because there's literally no way I'm playing Tupac in the captain. Any pass catcher from Buffalo, there's just literally no way. Shavers, these guys are going to get like 4 fantasy points. I just know
everyone but like one of them too is the funny part. Like, I think one of them will score double digits, but I don't know exactly who. I can give you like the guy I like the most, but it's really hard to be like ultra confident in this spot is what I'll say. But those are the cheap guys, so, all right, that's the captain pool. We kind of talked about.
I don't see why everyone thinks Buffalo is going to score either. I just don't see it. Houston's defense matches up great with Buffalo.
Yeah, I don't want this to be a game that we don't see a lot of touchdowns from, but I'm scared that this is a game that's ugly and we don't see a lot of touchdowns from.
I just don't see how there's going to be a lot of points. I just don't. Houston matches up bad with Buffalo, and Buffalo matches up bad with Houston. It looks like a clear-cut, just nasty game on a Thursday night.
So it sounds like you like the under with me.
Oh, I love the under. Like, I don't even think it gets close. I won't be. How many games lately have we already seen like this? where it's 6-3 in the fourth quarter. And you're like, man, I hate watching football. It's just, I'll be stunned if this game turns into a shootout.
Yeah, Coleman, def out. Yeah, no, I said it. I said the same guy from Cover One was the Twitter handle. I said, that he said it again, so he's most likely out. I think he was still like he still had like odds on like DK and stuff. So I don't know if it's like official yet, but yeah, it's definitely a thing. Something's going on with him. Who the hell knows? I saw a clip of Terrell Shavers talking, and I forget who it was with, but they were asking him pretty much like, what's going on with Keon, and he was just like, yeah, like a little bit, that's my guy, but make some mistakes and
gives the politically correct answer.
Yeah, and stuff like that. He made some mistakes, but he's supporting me and all that stuff, and it's interesting, but it does seem like Keon Coleman is completely on the outs. Tony, do you think do you think it's something where he could potentially not play like the rest of the regular season, or do you think it's something? Yeah,
he's never fit in there. I mean, they've suspended him for halves here and there. He's never fit in, and he hasn't looked good even when he's been in there. So I do remember Wiley, like week 1 or 2, our boy Wiley was loving Keon Coleman on one of our shows.
No way. No, he wasn't.
After he crushed.
Oh, that's so funny. That is hilarious.
I don't think they got to move on from him. They should just waive him right now or something.
Well, if they sign Gabe Davis, like I think they have to like demote a receiver, right? At some point, or maybe I'm wrong. I don't know.
I mean, it makes sense. Or they'd have to get rid of somebody else, which I don't know if they would do that. They don't need that many. They have so many dust balls.
It's just funny though, because now they lose Curtis Samuel and the other guy they signed in Hardman, and it's like, man, if you lose another receiver, you might not be able to, get rid of Keon. You might like have to play Keon unless they go to another. Like if they go to another receiver, then he's just completely done. Like there's just no way. If they go out and get like another receiver or practice squad, then he's definitely over with. But all right, so that's the captain pool. Tony, did you rank them? Josh Allen, Fairbairn? Did you
Fairbairn? I'm going Fairbairn. I mean, I think Josh Allen's just the clear-cut top captain if you want to be safe, but I don't want to be safe tonight. I want to win this $20. I like the Fairbairn.
I like Fairbairn and Woody Marks. Those are my two. So, no TD prop is 90-1. What do you think of no TD?
I always hate that. I could put something on it, but they're always going to get at least a touchdown. We just need some just brutal games though. Like I don't think it's a terrible bet. I just obviously for a 90-1 bet to be good, I mean it only has to hit 80 something out of 1, which I think it does. I think that happens, but you're still going to lose almost always. So yeah, and then I get made fun of when I give 90-1s, and everyone's like, "Man, that was a terrible bet."
No, stop it. Everyone loves it when you give those big parlays and the 90.
You guys still make fun of me for
you said this. No, it wasn't about the bet. It was the fact that you said he was the top 5 quarterback in the NFL.
I still got the list right there. I never tweeted it.
By the way, speaking of top 5 quarterbacks, my man Matthew Stafford was getting some love in our Discord. All of a sudden, everyone thinks that Matthew Stafford's a top 5 quarterback. It's funny how things just completely shift, year after year and stuff
also
like that.
Also funny how easy the game is when you got a good coach and 2 top 5 receivers.
Yeah, easy game, Tony. Easy game. I mean, come on. Give me a good offensive system with 2 stud receivers. There we go.
I like Stafford for the record. I don't think he's as good as you think he is. I'll say that.
No,
I think a lot of guys would be good in the same spot that Matthew Stafford is this year.
Dude, he had the greatest receiver ever in Calvin Johnson, and they couldn't do shit with it. Like, Calvin Johnson was –
we got to have another show where we talk about Calvin Johnson for a half hour.
No. I'm just saying,
you said he was better than Jerry Rice the one day.
No, I said I never seen Jerry Rice play, so I can't I don't want to comment on him. I know for a fact he was way better. I know that people say he was way better. I'm just saying from what I've seen, there's no one more dominant in from what I watch with football than Calvin Johnson. That's all I said. Didn't say he was better than I said I would take Calvin Johnson, but I would also take Matthew Stafford over almost any quarterback. So you'll make fun of me and say like, oh, you take Matthew Stafford over Joe Montana. It's like, I never saw Joe Montana. Like, yeah, Matthew Stafford's my guy though. So you just take your guys. Yeah, blasphemy. See, this is what Tony does now. Now the chat's like fucking ridiculous. JSU would take Joe Montana or Matthew Stafford over Joe Montana. It's like, never fucking seen Joe Montana. I have seen Randy Moss, and I do think Calvin Johnson was more dominant, but that's okay. They're close. I know you won't agree with that. All right, let's get into the flex plays here, Tony. So we didn't like James Cook in the captain. Nico Collins, we didn't even talk about in the captain, so I assume you didn't like him in the captain.
No, he was one of mine. I said you can use in captain.
Oh, okay. Okay. So
number one, I'm always good with using a number one. Like Nico, he will always be in my captain pool, like a guy like Nico.
So I talked about it, though. Like these two teams, bottom 10 in fantasy points given up to the receiver position. Texans are the best team against receivers so far. I do think the one area where teams do target against the Texans, though, Tony, is the slot. And there's a major reason behind that. A lot of their zone coverages are going to kind of force teams that way. Also, teams are trying to stay away from Stingley more, one of the top cornerbacks in the league. So they're going inside with the pass rush that the Texans have. Teams want to get the ball out quick. I don't think Khalil Shakir can do it in the captain, but I do think this is a bounce back spot for Khalil Shakir because Josh Allen's going to have to get the ball out quick against this Texans pass rush, Tony. And I think that means Khalil Shakir is going to get a heavy targeted game. I know it's gross and no one wants to play Shakir after he just bombed.
So bad.
He just bombed.
I've played him so many times too, and he never, ever, ever, ever gets there. Like Can
I just say one more thing? This could be like the Trey Tucker play where they only they only get you 12 or 14.
Yeah, and it's in the winter.
And it's in the little guy's in the winter again, Tony, because he kind of PPR'd his way to he might not even get in the box fun. You know what I mean? Like he could get 6 for 70 or 80 and be on the winner that way. I don't think that's crazy. And I do think this is a spot where they're going to have to target inside because they don't want to use these other receivers like Shavers and stuff if they're going up against Stingley. They're going to be targeting more on the inside. So I do think that's more Shakir, but I get you being a little apprehensive about clicking the name, and he's 8K on top of it. So
that's the issue I have. But I totally agree with what you're saying though, where he could get 4 for 44 and a touchdown and easily be on the winner. So, and I agree that it's a decent matchup for him. I just don't love the price and I just don't love the talent level, but I totally agree with everything you said, though, and I'm leaving him squarely in my pool. And you know what hits a lot on these kicker captains, guys like Shakir, because you end up falling in that range. And if I get the script I want, which is low scoring kicker captain type builds, Shakir fits nicely in that with an 11 fantasy point game.
Yeah, I wouldn't even touch his projection. Like 11, we got him at 11.6 or whatever. Like Sabres got him at 10. I'd leave him at that and see what he hits. Like you said, when you play the kicker captain, he's a guy that, could just naturally kind of hit your team and, PPR is way to
I don't
win.
Get on the whole board is the Texans defense. Like the Texans defense is getting no respect whatsoever.
By the way, why are they cheaper than the Bills? Did you look at that and laugh?
It's disrespectful to the Texans defense. It's literally disrespectful. I don't understand it.
I don't get it either. Bills D sucks. Mills going 3-0 tonight. LOL. Yeah, I kind of agree with that. Who's Mills? Nice, Kevin says. I kind of agree with that, Tony. Like I wouldn't be shocked if the Bills let down tonight. This is like such a letdown spot, I feel like. So, the 5.5, honestly, but the Houston defense is real, man. That defense is legit. And I do think it gives Josh Allen some issues here. So I don't get why they're projecting so bad. We've been seeing these defenses crush, Tony.
Crush.
I don't want to jump down there. Let's finish up here. But Woody Marks also up here from a flex play. Davis Mills. I jumped to Khalil Shakir. I mean, what are you doing with those guys in the flex?
Yeah, I mean, I'm pretty much leaving everyone in the flex. I'm going to be higher on the flex and the guys up top just with the way I'm building than the guys down low that everyone's going to play. I'm going to flip the build where all those guys down low that I just don't like, that all have the same projection, I just want to be lower on. And all of the Woody Marks, the Shakirs, even Dalton Schultz, I don't love him, but I do like his price. I do love that if he gets 11, he's got it. The same thing we just said about Tupac. I mean, if Dalton Schultz gets 12, I'm confident he's in the winner. So, yeah, I'm going to be higher on pretty much all of these guys. I'm trying to think if I'll be under on any of them.
Tony, you know who's the best team against tight ends?
Who?
The Buffalo Bills.
Yeah.
Literally give up no fantasy points to. They're giving up 6 fantasy points per game to the tight end position. They've given up 1 touchdown this year. Teams are only targeting 37 times, 25 receptions, 270 yards received. This is not a spot people are targeting tight ends for whatever reason, but it is not a spot teams have been targeting them. I saw that.
Too. Like something might be wrong with my numbers because trying to figure out why they aren't, because they're bad in mine, but they're not dead last. I'm trying to figure something's got to be wrong with my numbers because if you look week to week, like they're terrible they're good every week. So I don't know why they wouldn't be dead last on my numbers. Something's got to. That's probably because it's weighted for the last 5 weeks, and they had 1 week. Who'd they play week 9? Got them a little bit week 9.
They played Buffalo? You mean?
Yeah.
They played week 9. KC. With Kelsey.
Oh, yeah, so the Kelsey must have got him a little bit that week because that was their only bad game all year, though, against tight ends.
So Ryan says they haven't played anyone. So they played Tampa Bay last week with Cade Otton. I don't know his exact numbers, but he couldn't have done that great. And to that point, Cade Otton been decent.
Nobody got him all year except Kelsey.
Yeah, Miami doesn't have tight ends right now because Waller got hurt. Carolina really doesn't have tight ends. Atlanta has Kyle Pitts, enough said. New England, Hunter Henry. Do I go more? New Orleans, Miami. The Jets, Tony. He's got a good point, Ryan does, where they played some.
The thing is, it's not going to matter that much tonight for what we want anyways, because we don't need Dalton Schultz. The same thing we said about Tupac. Like, we don't need that much from him. We need 10 to 12 points. So, we don't need him to be crazy good.
I don't want him either, but like you said, if 10 gets him on the winner somehow,
and I feel confident he gets us 10 tonight. I don't think he gets 20, and I don't think he gets 4. They have to throw to somebody. They have to. He's going to be. I don't know. I think he does fine.
Yeah, I think I'm going to maybe just put him at 9 and see if he hits
that's basically what I'm going to do. I'm going to put him at 10, but I'm going to the same thing you're doing. I'm going to anchor him in there and just see what happens.
I literally, because I like the kickers more than him. I'm over projecting the kickers, and we can kind of go there now after I just say I'm definitely slamming Woody Marks. So that'll be he'll be on majority of my teams, whether it's captain or flex. I want a running back against Buffalo because we still want to target the running back position here, whether you play him in the captain or not. He's definitely
Nick Chubb shoving it up you dry. You just know it's coming.
Well, then maybe make a rule. Say I want at least one running back from Houston because Nick Chubb is cheap.
Yeah, I can see that.
So, all right, kickers and defenses, Tony. The defenses have just been absolutely crushing on these showdowns. a lot. And, double defenses, especially, this is one of those slates where, the Bills defense does suck ass. And I don't get why they're projecting better than the Texans. Like, I'm going to flip that to where I have the Texans D over the Bills D, honestly, here. So that'll be one way I guess I could be a little different. I still don't understand how that's going to be different, but are you going to play double defenses tonight here, Tony? Are you going to follow the trend that's been these showdown slates recently where double D has just been crushing?
Double D's. Who doesn't love double D's?
I mean,
I am way higher on the Houston side of special teams and kickers than I don't love Prater. Again, I know I say it every week, and I feel like the only problem with doing shows every day together is I always feel redundant. I feel like I'm saying the same stuff, but I just look at the game logs for kickers because it shows who gets stopped a lot. Houston gets stopped a ton, kicks a ton of field goals. Buffalo just doesn't have that many big field goal performances. So I'm going to be lower, and I don't like Buffalo's defense. So I will be higher on the Buffalo's defense. If I had to rank the special, for sure Fairbairn number 1 by a mile. Houston's defense I think is underpriced, so number 2 by a decent amount too. And then I would go Prater and Bills defense. I do want some of all though. I feel good about this being a field goal type game where just a ton of field goals. So I like all, but Fairbairn is like far and away my favorite, and Houston's D is far and away my second favorite.
Yeah, I feel good about it too. I might even make a rule where I want at least 2 of the kickers and defenses, like on all my teams, where just give me 2 at least. And I have them the same. You said Fairbairn 1, Texans defense 2, and then what, like Prater, Bills D 3, 4, or something like that. Like I have a similar ranking to that, but I definitely want to get over on the kickers for sure. And the ownership, on Sabre looks low to me. So 19%, 20% for Fairbairn, 26. Houston.
I don't know why more people aren't going to, especially even if you don't want to take it to the extreme and play captain like we will. In the flex, like I think just say I was playing standard tonight and I wanted to build the best team. I would play Josh Allen captain, James Cook flex because of the floors. Again, floor and ceiling. I would play Davis Mills just because he's a quarterback, and I would play 100% Fairbairn. That would be like my 4-man core of just a safe, solid build. That's what I would do.
Yeah, and it's not the way people are, for whatever reason, it's just not what people must be looking at on this slate.
How can I not like Fairbairn more is what I don't get. Like, he scores a zillion points, and Houston's gonna move the ball a little bit. Yeah, I know that's what I'm saying. That was my point.
Yeah, Tony's point was that's like in his mind the obvious build. Like if he was just building the obvious safe team.
And then everyone will take chances with those 2 cheap spots and then hopefully you get lucky like that. I want to flip the build where instead of the 2 cheap spots, I play Woody Marks and Dalton Schultz, for example. Like those are my 2 guys instead of, and then all you need is Fairbairn. Why can't he kick 5 field goals tonight? I think he can.
Yeah, he definitely can. 2 field goals only was -140 on DraftKings this morning just for him to kick 2. I was like, I'm betting that. That's a winner right there. But yeah, I'm with you. I'm gonna overproject him, and then we get down into the range that no one wants to talk about, and I totally understand why. But just to lay it out for people who haven't looked at all the numbers and everything like that, this is what we're looking at right now. So the Texans, not as bad as the Bills when it comes to the route distributions. Nico Collins, the clear one, 85% of the routes run. You got Dalton Schultz at 72. That's why Tony was talking about like the floors with these guys. Wide receiver 1, tight end 1, pretty solid. Then they used Christian Kirk, 55% of the routes last week. Jaden Higgins got up to 53%. They're still using Xavier Hutchinson, 48%, 49%. Jalen Knoll is down at 30%. So they're still using a bunch of guys. That's Houston. The Buffalo side is even worse. And like the Houston side isn't that good. The Buffalo side is way worse. Dawson Knox ran the most routes at 71, Khalil Shakir at 62, and 80% of those were in the slot. So that's good if we're targeting the slot for Houston. I mean, 80% of the time, Khalil Shakir lining up there. Then James Cook's actually the next guy at 46%. Josh Palmer at 46, 47%, or whatever, 46%. Gabe Davis got 43% off the rip, Tony. Curtis Samuel, 43%. He's out. Terrell Shavers, 37%. That's a shitload of receivers.
That's good word use. Off the rip is good. That's good stuff. That's good hosting.
Thank you. I tried my best. I tried my best. But Tony, that's a ton of guys right there. I just listed 7 guys for Buffalo that are running like similar-ish routes to each other. So it's not like I do think Shavers with no Curtis Samuel, Tony, I think he's the guy they want to get the bump because they like him.
I get it too. And everyone's going to look at that game last week where he got 20. People are going to love Shavers. He's going to get steamed too. Shavers might end up like literally like 30%. Christian Kirk and Shavers are going to get steamed. Like,
I hate Christian Kirk. He's definitely my fade.
I hate all these plays. And the other day, so I gave the stuff on Monday where to play Geno, play the 3 Raiders was my strategy, and it didn't work out. I'll be honest, it didn't work out. The Raiders were terrible. Geno was horrible. But the key to Showdown, unless you're playing 150 and really just getting what you need everywhere, our strategy though, when you're playing 4 or 5 teams, or even like 20 teams, is just to take a path and just go with it. And my path tonight is for sure to be way lighter on the – I mean, Shavers would be my favorite if I was picking. But, I mean, 30% Shavers – my favorite team would just be to play Josh Allen and Cook as my Bills and just figure it out.
Yeah, so you're just saying – you want no part of these guys, like at all.
Again, I'll have some with the way they're built, but I want to be under. So if they're 30%, and just say I play 10 teams, I would want like one to 2 tops of these guys.
All right, but let's stay there. If you had to take a shot, if you were only building 1 or 2 teams, but you had to take a shot on 1 or 2 receivers, and you had to pick from them, and I get it's tough, and you can say the disclaimer of like, man, this is pretty much just like close your eyes and pick one if you want to go there. But like, who is the guy that you would lean to? Because you said everyone's going to like Shavers. I don't know, because like, I feel like, you know, all these guys look very similar. How could everyone like Shavers just because he caught that 1 touchdown? Like,
I mean, he had 20 fantasy points and he's 2,400, and there's just the he's
the
cheapest.
Does he really look that much different than Josh Palmer?
His projection's higher too. Well, Josh Palmer's way more. I mean, he's 2,000 more.
No, I know, but I'm just talking about the receiver position, like Gabe Davis.
Yeah, I mean, no, he's not any different at all. All these guys are the same, though. I mean, my favorite 2 for sure are the higher 2, which also makes sense for my builds because you might end up landing on Jaden Higgins or Josh Palmer. Those 2 would be my 2, just because I've seen it for longer with a guy like Palmer. I trust Palmer more than all those cheap guys. I honestly should build with just like you said. I'm not playing a ton of teams or anything, so I should give consideration to just fading everything below Dawson Knox, all of that ownership, and just I'm looking down there. Do I really need to play Elijah Moore or Jackson Hawes or these guys that are gonna like? So just getting rid of all these guys. It honestly makes sense to me, and it's an angle. Like any angle you play in Showdown helps you get different by eliminating some of this stuff and all this ownership. So, I mean, you're talking 15% Gabe Davis, 10% Ty Johnson, 10% Nick Chubb, 10% Hutch, 20% Kirk, 20 to 30% Shavers, 10, 5, 2. I mean, that's a lot of ownership that I'm not on right there. And again, same thing I said at the beginning of the show. You said it. One of these guys probably will end up optimal.
Yes.
But you're also going to miss. So if you just say you play 10 teams and you pick one of these guys on all 10 of them, just keep it simple like that. I pick one on all 10. Probably 9 of my teams are dead. And the other one could be dead. So I don't know. I like the strategy of it. I don't really want to guess on all these guys because I don't have a clear take. I like Higgins and Palmer the best, and they're most expensive, and they fit my build. So Yeah, I'm giving serious consideration to just fade this whole range, or at the very least go like give me 10% max of this whole range or something.
Yeah, AFC says, really like
Good
Gabe
point.
Davis can't take away chemistry, Allen and Gabe. And you did see, by the way,
Yeah.
Josh Allen tried to get Gabe Davis in the box last game. Like literally, they didn't have to throw him that. I bet you that was a run play call too, and he just decided to throw that little slant at the 1 or 2 yard line to Gabe Davis, and he dropped it. Gabe dropped it, but he was trying to get his boy in the box. So, that's a good take. I do think though, like those outside receivers, the guys that don't line up, like Gabe Davis is clearly an outside receiver. And I do want to target guys that I think are going to play more on the inside. So that's my one, pause with Gabe Davis. But your point is valid. They definitely do have chemistry. Someone said, I didn't even realize Gabe Davis was back with the Bills. So see, there you go. Some people don't know. I like my rule a little bit. I think what I'm going to do, Tony, is I'm going to take both these teams and I'm just going to say wide receiver and tight end. I'm going to put them all in a pool and I'm going to say I do not want more than 1 or 2 of these guys on my team, on all my teams. And I'm just going to make the rule that way where it's like 1 to 2 max pass catchers, tight ends, wide receivers. Give me more of the defenses. Give me more of the kickers. Give me more of the running backs and stuff like that. And that's where I'm going to go. If you make me pick, though, I do think Khalil Shakir has a good chance to be optimal. But if we're talking the cheap guys from each side, Jaden Higgins would be my one on Houston. I agree with you there. And then if I had to take a Bills guy, it'd be between Shavers and Moore, just because I think those 2 guys could line up inside a little bit as well as lining up outside. So it'd be one of those 2. I don't know who it is, but
there's literally no way each one freaking Moore ends up on that.
What was his name? Each one? What'd you call it? You called him each one more. What the?
Who is each one more? Where did I even get each one?
Where did you get each one from? That's amazing, right there.
Each one more.
Yeah, find out what is an Etwan Moore. I want to know what Etwan Moore is. Is he a college basketball
dude from the
player?
Bulls that played for the Bulls? Remember him?
That's who he was. Okay, all right.
Etwan Moore. That's funny. Now I got to play him. I made fun of him. Now I got to play some Etwan.
I did that. I forget what show. I did that the last show or 2 I did where I said one player's first name and one player's last name, but they were 2 different players. And then I was like, oh, wait, I just said like the first name and the last name of 2 different guys. Etwan Moore, former NBA player. Yeah, there you go. 3-point shooter. Chat loves it. Chat loves the shooter Etwan Moore reference. So, yeah, Elijah Moore is who Tony was referring to. He will now be forever known as Etwan Moore's little brother, Etwan Moore Jr. And
that guy whatever his first name is, will not be on the winner. I promise you.
All right, so then I'll go Shavers. Because I don't really like the guys either. It will be funny though when Etwan Moore scores. If Etwan Moore scores tonight, I'm gonna die laughing. It's gonna be the funniest thing.
Now too. I know that bastard is.
You put those big parlays in, Tony. You might as well just throw
throw him in there on one.
Your first touchdown bet or something like that. So it is funny though how
captain. Don't even say it.
Yeah, it is funny though. We were all degenerates. Everyone got that immediately. It's just so funny.
The funny thing is, right when I said it, I knew you were going to make fun of me, and I was just waiting for it. And then right when you said it, I just couldn't help but smile.
I mean, I just heard it, and I just knew it. I was just like, "This is hilarious right now." Purdue legend. Like people keep coming into the Purdue legend. People love this. All right. So after the Purdue legend and all those pass catchers, Tony, that we talked about, there's still like the last spot, which is the cheap running backs. And this is another reason why I don't love these pass catchers as much. Man, we got like, I think Ty Johnson's a pretty good play.
Why would you fade Allen? You mean in the captain?
He's got to mean in the captain.
I don't know why you'd fade Allen overall.
Yeah, Allen could have like 11 and still be on the winner. on this
And
slate.
it's really hard for him to get 11 anyways, but he could.
Yeah. I think it's really
and
tough.
fading him in the captain, like, it is what it is. It's the strat. Like, if you play him, you're not gaining anything on the field.
Correct. Unless you're just jamming him. Are you just jamming him on every team? Like if you're just
which is
jam
fine
him,
too, I think. Like, I don't have an issue with Josh Allen captain. He's by far the best captain.
Yeah.
I think, one thing we didn't fully talk about at the beginning of the show, though, I've said forever on every show I've done, the trappiest number in football, chalky road 5.5 point favorite. When you know the public is going to be on Buffalo, there's not a chalkier spot in football. Houston money line tonight is just such a good bet, which also leans into our script of field goals, low scoring game. If it's low scoring, Houston has a great chance to win. If it's high scoring, Buffalo probably going to win or blow them out. Like, it's the trappiest number in football, like Houston money line tonight.
Yeah, one of my parlays I think was Houston 5.5, the under, and Woody Marks to score a touchdown. I think was one of my parlay bets. So, and I think I added Khalil Shakir prop in there because if you do all that stuff and you pick the other team pretty much, and then you add a player prop, like an over player prop, you're gonna boost those odds. So I think I added Shakir's receptions maybe, but yeah, no, I do like what you're saying. I could see Houston edging this game out. That's why I like them with the points at 5.5. I think this is a close game, and I think they have a shot. Like it's just a tough spot for Buffalo. It's on a short week too. It's in Houston too, right, Tony? Like I don't know. I'm kind of with you. It feels like a Houston trap spot here, and that 5.5 number does scare me. But yeah, Fairbairn captain lineups. What's the max Texans you're playing? Mr. Gill says here, Tony. So in a Fairbairn captain lineup, do you have like a max amount? Like, would that be a 4-2? Would that be a 5-1? Like, would you still have those? Would you eliminate any of those? Pretty much is the question.
I probably wouldn't have 5-1s in that. You're for sure going to have Josh Allen, obviously, because that's one of the reasons you're doing this. And when I like to do kicker captain is when I can just shove all the high floor, high ceiling. So just off the top of my head without building, I would want Josh Allen and James Cook and no other Buffalo guys. So in theory, I could have or Allen and Shakir type thing where I get a lot of floor and some ceiling to go with that path. So, I guess you could do just Josh Allen and then just hope he spreads it around again. But my preferred path would be even Allen and Shakir. I don't know where this lands and stuff because I'm definitely going to want Woody Marks or Mills, one of the two in the build like this, or both. And yeah, see where it lands. But to answer the question, I would say probably 2 Bills would be what I'd want.
Yeah, I don't think I'd want 5-1s either, Tony. So I kind of agree with what you're saying from that.
You play Allen and Cook though, you there's a decent chance you get basically the whole offense there.
Right, Allen and Cook, Allen, Shakir, like one of those combos could get you the whole offense. So, but probably Allen, Cook, you get the whole offense. But Fairbairn captain with Allen, Cook, Prater. Okay, Jimmy says I don't see why not, Jimmy. I think that's fine. I know Tony didn't like Prater, but I could still see,
I'm fine with him. Yeah, I just liked him less than the other side, but I'm fine with it for sure.
Right.
It's happened a ton of times too, where we're like on one side of the kicker and then the other side of the kicker ends up the nuts. So definitely play Prater too in this script because I've seen it too many times where the other kicker is the one that ends up optimal.
Yeah, Bills are like the Lions. They go for it on 4th down a ton, fade the Bills kicker. Yeah, but if they get down in 4th and long, they're probably going to kick more in this spot where they're not as worried about the Houston offense. But yes, that's one of the reasons why their kicker, Tony brought up the game logs, and it's like that's one of the reasons why the game logs kind of look terrible is because they go for it a ton. They normally get to 4th and short. Good amount, good offense. They run the football a lot.
Most scoring games, you kick more field goals. I'll just
Right.
say it.
And if the run game isn't working as much, you might need to, because you might not be in as many 3rd and short or 4th and short if the run game's not working. So
I love the kickers. I need to boost Prater too. The more I'm thinking about it, the more I am like so comfortable if I end up with 2
just
kickers.
make that rule with at least two of the kickers in defense on all your teams.
Yeah, and I'm not going to have much Buffalo defense for sure. So that's
Right.
basically giving me what I want. 2 of those 3, because then you're going to have 2 quarterbacks. You're going to get a lot of running backs. Yeah, I mean, I like it. I like it a lot.
Yeah, and I like Ty Johnson. He's another
Especially
guy.
if you like Houston. I know we say it
Yeah.
every time, but if you like Houston, he is a great play.
He fits our script. Josh Allen loves the Bills. Love him. Josh Allen loves him.
He's good. Like he's a good football player.
Totally went away from Ray Davis pretty much. Ray Davis is like not being used at all, Tony. I mean, even like a little bit. Like he is just what do you get here? Did he get a rush snap? No, not one last week. Yeah, they just Ty Johnson, I think, is a very good play. And he's a guy, Tony, where if we're talking about not playing a lot of these wide receivers, he's right in that range of the wide receivers and stuff. So you can play Ty Johnson over a bunch of these wide receivers and get there. I like Ty Johnson a lot. Anyone else you see kind of under Ty Johnson that anyone, that you could play here? Any of these cheapies? Cade Stover, Ray Davis, Jackson Hawes.
The more I look at it, the more I don't want. And whoever wrote that about Gabe Davis did sell me on Gabe Davis. I want Ty Johnson. So I said 4K originally, but I'm going to cut it off at Ty Johnson. It's official too. I'm not playing anyone less than 3,400 Ty Johnson.
No Nick Chubb? No Nick Chubb?
I had him in there for a minute and I changed my mind. He's the one that's going to screw us though, because we both like Woody. He's definitely going to screw us.
I'm slamming Woody, so I should bet Nick Chubb anytime touchdown because I'm slamming Woody.
I don't even get that good of odds though. Is the problem? Like
he's plus 500.
You get 5 to 1. That's actually I like that. That's actually a decent bet
on DraftKings Sportsbook, right? Or he was just a few hours ago. He's plus 500. So I'm slamming Woody. LOL. J-Mod Chi-Chi, Big T's favorite in the house right there. That's right. Rip Ray Davis. I agree.
Slamming Woody.
All right, Tony, let's do our anti-play of the day. Maybe favorite bet too if you have it, but anti-play here. Let me pull the ownership back up.
Dude says Big T donate. Won't be the first time I've donated. I'll tell you that. I've donated plenty times in my life.
Won't be the first, won't be the last.
Won't be the first, won't be the last. But the good thing is when I'm right, maybe I'll get to the top.
That's right. That's all that matters. All right. We get another boost. Okay, DraftKings. I'll take another 30% boost. I love boosts. Tony, you like boosts? I mean, DraftKings just gave me another 30% boost. I got a 30% boost for the game and then a live 30% boost. I love all these boosts.
I do enjoy boosts.
And on top of it, I heard that they're starting to raise your limit on the old boosts. You'd be able to put some actual coin down on it.
I don't understand how it decides it, because some days it's higher and then some days it's back to lower. So I don't know what causes it, whether it's football or basketball or maybe it's lower basketball or something. I don't know how it all works. But I do get some. Like some of them, I think it's football, like Island Games is up to a good number.
Yeah, someone said Chubb's down to 450. I got him earlier at plus 500, so that must have changed. But yeah, either way, it's not a terrible number, I guess. But yeah, Big T, you want to slam Woods together tonight? Bean said.
Yeah, I mean, I could slam some Woods with you.
There you go. All right, anti-play, Tony. Who is your anti-play of the
Is that sorted by the?
That's sorted by the ownership. Yeah.
Okay, with my path. I mean, the problem is when we do the show like this and
It's tough because you're going to end up having more of these top
I'm
tier
going to play
guys.
all these guys. I'm looking at the list, and I'm going to play all of these guys. But for the sake of the argument, I guess I would be lowest on Davis Mills. But I am going to – I mean, he's going to end up on a decent number of my builds, though. Go down further. I'm going to give an actual fade because who's the my fades, and I'll just say this for my fades. Exactly what I said. Anyone under 3,400, I'm fading. I don't know if that counts for an anti, but that's what I'm actually doing. So anyone under 3,400 is my anti.
Okay. There's Big T's anti. I do think like Davis Mills, you'll probably have the least of a lot of those.
I will
guys.
for sure, but like he literally could end up on my main team though, and I don't want to have my anti where like I'm fading because he could easily end up on there.
I don't get Joshua Palmer. They got him at 20% right now. Dawson Knox at 19%. Like, I'm good. I don't need those guys. I get both those guys. I get both those guys.
One of these cheap guys is going to get there, but who knows who?
Again, though, like I'm just saying, like if you're saying those are the two most popular, give me the guys under them. That's all I'm saying. Like, give me the guys under those two. If those are the two most popular here, because like you said, with our builds, it's kind of tough. Fade Etwan Moore, play Elijah. There you go, Big T. I don't think he's playing either, but you know that could be it. All right, plays of the day, Big T. Who is the Big T play of the day?
Kicker captain, baby, Fairbairn. And if you don't play Fairbairn, Prater. Kicker captain tonight. We're back. We haven't done this in a long time. We're back tonight. Kicker captain, baby.
All right. So, I mean, I was going to say kicker captain. I'm not going to hold hands with Big T. I'm going to give you another play.
We'll slap woods and hold hands.
Nope, we're not slamming woods together, and we're not holding hands. I'm calling that out for the show. So I'm saying that for both of us, by the way, okay? But I'm going to go with Mr. Woody Marks, play of the day. I'll go the Woody Marks captain. And my rules, my rules. I gave those rules out, but no more than 2 pass catchers from either team on any of my builds, and multiple of the defense and kickers on my builds. That's where I'm at on this slate. But yeah, Woody Marks, Fairbairn, 2 plays of the day. Tony, I like our plays. I'm probably just gonna slam both those plays on this slate, and
Fairbairn 3 field goals plus 204. I'm also slamming. Is that on DraftKings too? I like that.
Let's see. That's got to be on DK, right? I'm slamming that too. Betting that right now.
Ripping that. We got to rip that.
Yeah. No, see, you got rip. You're stealing my. It's off the rip, brother. It's off the rip. You gotta. It doesn't go with that.
It's like the intro song. I gotta add my own mix to it.
Your own. You gotta add your own salsa to it, I guess. Yeah, I guess.
Bring the noise. It was a great day, baby. Let's reenact it tonight.
Everyone. What's funny about that night is that there were so many people involved in that night that so many people will remember it and bring it up. There
was legit probably 20 plus people, and it was a $28,000 chop. I still remember it. There was like 20 run pure people that won 28 grand that night.
And by the way, that was just the 20 people with the logo. There was probably another 5 or 10 people that.
I mean, it was probably everyone that it was probably all or almost all.
That's what I'm saying. Like, JSU post in the pit. Nice Kevin said, nice Kevin, I can't post in the pit unless I have like a friggin' 100-to-1 parlay or something like that. Wiley told me you can't post in this parlay pit, Big T, unless you have like 100 legs, and it's like plus 150 bazillion to 1.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to find one then for 150 bazillion to 1.
All right.
I should put in there no touchdowns. If we like field goals, we should just throw in no touchdowns too at 9.
Yeah, what's 5 Kaini Fairbairn field goals with no touchdowns?
The problem is they probably don't even let you do it because it just correlates too much.
Yeah. I mean, still, like, why wouldn't you let someone do it? Like, even if you limited them like the $10 or something like that, like, why wouldn't you let someone like throw something like that in?
Gators was, I remember Gators. You were in there with me on that chop. I know it was you, right? You were in there that night. I remember you had 2 shares, I think, or I had 2 shares. You had 2 shares. That was the best NBA night for sure. That was you, wasn't it? I forgot about that.
Call Wiley. I don't hit unless it's his antes saving my years, Sean Coleman says. Wiley's antes have they really have been. If you go back, we could do like a montage video of Wiley's antes just smashing. Every time he gives a running back play, Tony, we have to just play it. Like no matter who it is, even if we hate the play too. I'm telling you, these running back plays have been crushing.
Yep. 100%.
All right. That's going to do it here for this edition of the Print Factory, guys. Don't forget, slam the like button. You should be slamming the like button off the rip. As in, when you jump on this show, you should be slamming the like button. But if you're not doing it off the rip, do it now. Slam the like button. Subscribe to the Run Pure Sports YouTube channel if you're not already subscribed. Check us out, runpuresports.com for all your DFS needs. If you sign up, use the promo code that Big T will send you if you slide on into his DMs at Big T44DFS on Twitter, and he'll hook you up. What is this? 181 for no TD and 4 field goals. There you go, Big T.
I like it a lot. I like it a lot. Is that good enough for the pit, or is it not worthy still?
No, I think that's good enough for the pit. 181 is good enough. Yeah,
might have to put it in the pit then.
All right, there we go. We're going to get on out of here, guys. Good luck in your DraftKings DFS tonight, and you're betting on DK Sportsbook. For Big T, I am JSU. We'll catch you guys for the Wood Show on Sunday, 10 a.m. Eastern Time. Till then, we're out of here.